Hello students, welcome in online classes. In the first part of this chapter, ruling the countryside, we discussed on the permanent settlement system, Rayyatwadi system and Mahalwadi system. These all were devised by the British to collect the revenue. Apart that, the British thought that they also could grow the crops which are in great demand of in European markets. So see this video and also subscribe the channel. So these crops were jute, cotton, tea, wheat, sugarcane, etc. The British, they forced to the cultivators of the different part of the country to grow these crops. These parts were such as jute in Bengal, cotton in Maharashtra and Punjab, tea in Assam, wheat in Punjab, sugarcane in United Province. This time United Province is known as UP. Rice in Madras. The cultivator of these areas, they were forced to cultivate these crops. Apart these crops, they also focused on the cultivation of opium and indigo. Indigo was also in great demand in the European market because the manufacturers and the dyers of the Italy, France and Britain, they used indigo to dye their clothes. That they also depend on the other plants which was found in that is known as wood. Being the plant of the temperate region, it was easily available in the European market, but the color which was produced by wood, it was pale and dull, and the color which was produced by indigo, it was rich blue, so it was preferred by the manufacturer of the Europe. Being worried with the competition of indigo, the wood cultivators, they forced to the government to ban all indigo in the to import in the European market. After some time, the indigo cultivators, they also persuaded the government to relax on the ban of indigo. By the late 19th century, end of 19th century, the production of the cotton increased in Britain. So there was the high requirement of the indigo. The indigo which was supplied from West Indies and America, it was collapsed for the variety of reasons. So the dyers of the Europe, they were in search of in the other sources from where they could get the indigo. So they moved towards the India. That time, at the same time, Bengal was the major producer of indigo. He exported indigo in 1788. The 30% of the total world. It increased in 1810, 95% of the total world. See, many officials and the agents of the company, they left their jobs by attracting the high profit of indigo. They started to invest in indigo cultivation and became the planters. They were given those who were not able to invest the money, they were given the loans by the company and also the banks that were come up that time. So how indigo was cultivated? There was two systems of indigo cultivation. One was niche system and second was Rayyati system. Niche system and Rayyati system. What was the niche system? In niche system, Niche means Niji system. The planters also had to invest the money, arrange the labors, and also arrange the tools. It was known as they were directly controlled. The planters directly controlled the cultivation of indigo. It was known as niche cultivation. The problem of this niche cultivation was there major three problems were there. Number one, planters had to arrange the land. It was not possible for the planters due to the dense population. There was a small plot of the lands. Number two, they also had to arrange the labors. The same time, labor were busy in the cultivation of rice. So it was also very difficult to arrange the labors. Third problem was to arrange the tools. That time, the same time when indigo cultivated, the laborers they were busy in the cultivation of rice, and indigo cultivation was done on the big land, so it also required more tools. For example, if anyone has 1 bigha required at least 2 plows. 1 bigha required 2 plows. If, for example, if anyone has 1000 bigha, so he required how many? 2000 plows. So it was very difficult for the planters to purchase so much plows, and also borrowed from the others, because others also were engaged in the rice cultivation. So there were the problems with the niche cultivation. So after some time, they hesitated to invest in the niche cultivation. Second, Rayati system. In Rayati system, the planters they forced to contract the Rayat. They forced to sign on a contract by the Rayat. Mainly, the headman was forced to sign on this contract. It was known as Satta. What was this contract? In this contract, the money was given in advance to the peasants. They cultivate the lands. Planters they provide seeds and drill, and peasants they prepare the land and also look after the crops. After harvesting the crops, they handed over this crop to the planters, and once again they took the advance. This chain remained continued. After some time, the cultivators, they felt that they harvested the crops and delivered to the planters, and once again planters gave them loan. So they always remained debtor. This chain never came to an end. So the cultivators they refused to cultivate the land, to cultivate the indigo. One more problem was also there. Indigo also had the deep roots. These roots went deep in the earth. Once indigo was cultivated, it was not possible to, it exhausted the soil and not possible to cultivate the rice. So the cultivators they refused to cultivate the indigo. In 1859, these cultivators, when they refused, and became rebellion. Rebellion started in 1859. They refused to cultivate the indigo, and also the agent who were known as Gomasthas. The agent they were known as Gomasthas. The company agent they were known as planters. The agent of planters they were known as Gomasthas. They were beaten up by the peasants, and also they fought the pitch battle with Lathials. Lathials means Lathials who had lathis. They were maintained by the planters. These Lathials they also collected the rent from the cultivators or peasants. So seeing this condition, the magistrate Ashley Eden, he visited this region and issued a notice that no one no planters would force two cultivators to cultivate the indigo. This message went into the peasants, and peasants supposed that they support the revolt. So the peasants also attacked on the factories and on the planters. Government also had to brought military to protect the peasants. This rebellion, after some time, when the planters, all peasants, they became rebellion. So these planters moved to Bihar. They had to leave the Bengal and move to Bihar. At the same time, the Gandhiji returned from South Africa. One peasant of Bihar went to Gandhiji and told all the situation. Gandhiji visited Champaran and saw the condition of peasant and started a movement that is known as Champaran movement. So in this chapter, you studied about the system of indigo cultivation. Once again, we will meet in next video. Till then, thank you.